More than 350 members of juvenile gangs, including notorious Maoza Group, have been arrested in Malindi over the past 6 months. Sub-County Police Commander Moses Kosgei credited residents for the crackdown but warned parents against shielding suspects. Malindi Member of Parliament Amina Munyanzi urged tougher bond terms, while Kilifi Governor Gideon Mung'aro pledged jobs for youths to steer them from crime. Police say the gangs armed with crude weapons have been attacking residents and tourists with stolen valuables recovered.
Unajua Malindi it cuts across mpaka huko Shakahola. Na mnajua ile tini potofu inaendelea huko pande wa Shakahola. Na tumekapiti tumetumia mbinu yote na wale watu tumeshika huko wako sahihi kotini.
Former Makueni governor and human rights activist Professor Kibwana has urged national and county governments to support civil society organizations, CSOs, saying they are partners in governance and development, not competitors. He stressed that CSOs must have the space to speak truth to government, promote accountability, and work together effectively. Speaking at the annual CSO Network Conference in Nyahururu, Kibwana and Director Maurice Muthiga underscored the importance of collaboration in amplifying citizen voices and driving policy change. They, however, cited inadequate financing as a key challenge. The forum brought together CSOs from Nyandarua, Laikipia, and Nakuru to explore resource sharing and stronger collective advocacy.
Society, must have its space so that it can, do the work that it must do. Civil society has the right to speak truth to government respectfully, yes. And also, the entities within civil society themselves should be able to speak truth to each other so that there is also the necessary accountability.
Kiharu Member of Parliament Ndindi Nyoro has cautioned that the government's growing reliance on secularization is borrowing by another name that could burden future generations. Speaking at a business expo in Nyeri, he questioned the plan to secularize fuel levies and road funds in order to raise up to 100 billion Kenyan shillings each month, arguing that it conceals deeper fiscal mismanagement. He noted that Kenya's debt has already exceeded 12.1 trillion Kenyan shillings and warned that secularized bonds risk tying the country into a long-term obligation without adequate parliamentary oversight.
We do not have to put our country in that kind of pedestal in terms of borrowing. Kenya has always had development for the many years, but we never had to borrow that much. President Kibaki did a lot of development. He borrowed only 1.2 trillion for 10 years. Where is the 1.2 trillion we are borrowing every year going?
To business, where Agriculture Cabinet Secretary Mutahi Kagwe has announced the removal of taxes on packaging materials for agricultural products, allowing Kenyan tea to be packed at source for export. Speaking at the North America Tea Conference in South Carolina, he said the move will cut costs, boost competitiveness, and deliver fresher, traceable products that secure higher earnings for farmers. Kagwe noted that Kenya produced 598.47 million kilograms in 2024, a 4.95% rise driven by good weather, subsidies, and expanded processing. He highlighted innovations like Purple Orthodox tea, which fetches up to 4 times more than black tea, positioning Kenya as a global leader in specialty teas.
It is unfortunate that in our dealings with the American continent, we haven't really done what we should have. And we want to diversify our consumption patterns. Within the 80 countries that consume Kenya's tea, the US, in spite of it being the biggest market in the world, is rather small. And this is something that we would like to change.
And that's it from the Eastleigh Voice News Desk.